Alright guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 6 Shopify apps that I feel like everybody should use, and then I will also give you some like alternative apps that you could use if for whatever reason you don't want to use the app that I suggest, right? So it's gonna be a pretty quick video. There's not really much of an introduction. Um yeah, so let's get right into it. Alright. So where are we at? Right here, right? So top 6 Shopify apps, right? I'm gonna start off. This is not in any particular order, but yeah, just use this information as you please, right? So first off, we have all catching apps. In my opinion, I use basically every single catching app except for the cart one at the moment. I found that the built-in Elixir theme cart is a little bit better. It just looks a little bit better in my opinion, right? In the actual cart app that Catching has will give you more options and more, it will let you customize more, but I just want everything to all look the same, so I'm choosing the built-in Elixir theme cart, and it's actually not even that bad, right? So just for bundles alone, I've really only tried the Catching bundle app. I really haven't tried any other bundling apps. I heard about, I don't even know what other ones I've heard about. I think I haven't even heard about any other bundling apps, but I feel like that's what everybody kind of starts with, so you can kind of use that. And it also doesn't charge you until you reach a certain amount in added revenue, which is pretty solid in my opinion. So, if you're on a budget, which most people are if they start drop shipping, you could use this until you make a certain amount of revenue. And once you reach that certain amount of revenue, you should have the money to actually pay for the subscription every month. It should be like $10, maybe $20, right? Next up, we have Catching subscriptions. This is what I currently use to manage all my subscriptions, okay? Eventually, I will be switching up over to Loop subscriptions. And Loop subscriptions is genuinely, in my opinion, this is better because it gives you more customization. You can actually manage your subscriptions a lot better. But because I had all the Catching apps, I was like, you know what? Just to make this easier, let me just get Catching subscriptions just so, I don't really have to think about the process, right? In my opinion, Catching subscriptions is easier to, like, it's barrier to entry is a lot easier, right? It's really easy to use. It's super simple. Literally, all you do is just turn it on and then call it a day. Loop subscriptions, you do need to do a little bit more of customization. You know what I mean? You do need to tweak around with the software for a little bit just to make sure everything is working properly. But in the end, Loop subscriptions is better, more customization. It looks better. It just works better, right? But also if you're using Catching bundles, Catching subscriptions, it's just gonna automatically like work with what's it called, Catching bundles. That's also another reason why I used it, because I have one of the apps. If I get the other one, it'll just work together beautifully, right? So I was like, all right, let me just get it. Next one is Upsell, Catching Upsell. Again, I use all the other Catching apps, so I'm like, let me just get this one. It's super easy to use in my opinion. One click upsell is better in my opinion. Like, this for subscriptions and upsells, the app in the parentheses is the better app, but there's a bigger like learning curve for it, right? You do need to spend a little bit more time in the app actually tweaking with it and making sure it fits and looks well on your website. But if you're already using Catching apps, upsell, like subscriptions and upsell is just like the beginner friendly easy version. You just download it, spend 5 minutes in it, and you could just run it, right? For one click upsell and Loop subscriptions, you do need to spend a little bit more time in it and actually make sure it looks proper. You might need to watch like a tutorial video on it. So when I actually start using both of these, I might just make a tutorial on it so you guys can see how to use it, right? And of course, Catching cart, super easy as well. One thing for bundles is they do have A and B testing, right? Because one of the apps that I have down here is Elevate A and B testing, but bundles actually gives you the A and B testing feature to where you could just test your offers. And this is how I currently just test all my offers. Whenever I'm offer testing, I just switch up the bundle, tweak it a little bit, and then test it how it is, right? And it's honestly super easy to use. Catching is really great for beginners if you're just starting out. I'm gonna put this right here. If you're just starting, I'm gonna put it harder to use. If you're just starting out, Catching subscription is honestly the best option because it's the cheapest, the easiest, and you really should have no problems with it, right? Next up, we have Looks Reviews. Is it Looks or Lukes? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Their software is great in my opinion. It's really solid. One thing that I will mention though, okay? One thing compared to them and compared to Judge Me that is kind of a mini reason why I might switch to it in the future. Mind you, Judge Me is not really better than Looks. It's just an alternative, right? But the one thing that I will say is that if you get a bad review, right? Obviously, you don't want bad reviews to be on your page. If you get a bad review from, I guess, Shop, which is like I think it's the Shopify app where, you could just check your tracking order, whatnot. If you get a bad review from Shop, you physically cannot remove it with Looks reviews, okay? I have one bad Shop review from from my page. Like, somebody put a bad review on Shop and it shows up on Looks reviews because it'll automatically just take all the reviews from your store. But I can't remove it. Like, the only I physically cannot remove it. I can't even hide it or do anything. The only thing that I could do is let me put the only fix is to report it. Like, I'm being honest with you guys, this is really the only thing you could do if you get a bad review from Shop, right? But the good thing about this, well, not the good thing, but another thing is if you get reviews and it's like somebody makes a review through Looks, like they go onto your website and they see, hey, I can make a review here, I'm gonna make a review, and they do it through Looks reviews or through your website, not through Shop, right? I don't know why it's just Shop, but they don't make it through Shop, you can just hide the review. You feel what I'm saying? For Judge Me, I'm pretty sure whether you make a review, it doesn't matter where it is, you can hide the review. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never used Judge Me, so I'm not entirely sure, but when I was researching it, that's what I found out. So that's like the only, I guess, con of using Looks reviews, but in my opinion, Looks reviews is easier to use. So yeah, that's the one thing. Also, when you're using reviews, make sure, I'm just gonna put like a little tip, make sure to import reviews from ChatGPT in a CSV file. Okay, I'm just gonna put you guys on some game because that's pretty much what I do. So, chargeback apps. This, honestly, I said in no particular order, but this, I do have to say, this is the most important thing that you could possibly get for your page. For your store. A chargeback app is going to save you money. It's going to save you, long story short, it's gonna save you a ton of money, right? Reason being, you're gonna get chargebacks. When you get a chargeback, if it shows up on your store, if Shopify comes to your store and they see that there's a chargeback, you're cooked, buddy. Because there's a certain percentage of your orders that can't be chargebacks, okay? If you have above like a certain amount or a certain percentage of chargebacks compared to your overall amount of orders, you're cooked, you're done. They're going to shut down your store. They're not going to give it back. All the money that they're holding, they're going to keep it, and you're done, right? When you have a lot of chargebacks, Shopify automatically thinks you're a scammer, and they're going to treat you as such, and they're going to just take away all privileges. If they have money from you, you're cooked, you're done. It's terrible, okay? So, talking about that, I'm just going to put apps not to use. Apps/softwares not to use. The only one I really have for this is actually Disputifier. Low-key could be in here because they had a major hack. And then also, please, for the love of God, don't use PayPal. Holy smokes. They keep your money. They keep so much of your money. Don't use it. I've heard terrible things about PayPal. Don't even attempt to use it. People can use other payment options, right? They can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever sort of pay they want to use. Do not have PayPal, okay? For a chargeback app, though, you can use Charge Blast, or ChargeFlow. I'm currently still using Disputifier just because I haven't made the switch. I was using their account. I was using their software prior to the whole major hack thing. And when they had that whole hack, whatever thing, I ended up getting a chargeback on my store. I didn't have a lot of people don't really charge back for my store anyway, so it wasn't like a huge problem. But I know there's a lot of people who lost millions of dollars because of this issue, and they immediately switched. So if you haven't started using any chargeback app, just don't even look at Disputifier. Use Charge Blast or ChargeFlow. It'll be a lot better. Okay. Next up is Triple Whale. Triple Whale is just to track your profits. It'll track your revenue, it'll track your ad spend, it'll track your ROAS, it'll track your new customer ROAS, it'll track your MER, all these other things that you're gonna need. Triple Whale will do it for you, right? An alternative is True Profit. I'm not sure if True Profit is better, but because I've never tried it, but Triple Whale works best. And I'll be honest, if you're looking for specific metrics, you don't really need the pro version of Triple Whale, but the pro version, it does work well, right? It'll show you pretty much everything you need for your store. And at some point when you start tracking your profit and loss on like a Google spreadsheet, whatever, having the pro version of Triple Whale will probably help you a lot more. But again, you don't need it. It's not necessary, but that's like just a tip for you guys, right? Next, Elevate A and B testing. when testing landing pages, it's gonna come in clutch. Okay, it's gonna come in clutch because you're gonna be able to have 50% of your audience go to one page, have 50% of your audience go to another page, and see how well they convert. And when you're actually testing, yeah, I'm just gonna put this right here. When you're testing, bro, only look for like revenue per session. Okay, that's really the most important thing. All the other statistics, in my opinion, don't really matter. Just look at how much money you're getting per person who comes on your store. That's it. Okay. Test also test for 48 hours. Okay, don't test for like 12 hours or 24 hours. Give it 2 days at least, and then make your decision. Okay. Next, you have gem pages and pagefly. Right, these are specifically for, hold on, I'm gonna put, well, yeah, you guys know what this is. Gem pages and pagefly specifically for building out landing pages. So advertorials, blog posts, listicles. I'm not sure if they do quiz funnels, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. But again, I'm not sure. I really just know for it to be known. I really just know it to be used for pre-landers, right? So specifically advertorials and listicles, right? In my opinion, geez, I can't spell. Okay, in my opinion, gem pages is better than pagefly. Pagefly can be a little bit annoying, but then again, pagefly also has a lot more, I guess, templates too. Well, no. I say they have a lot more pre-built templates. Like when I go online and try to look for pre-built templates that other people have made, I find more for pagefly than I do for gem pages. I don't think I've ever found one for gem pages, but for pagefly, for pagefly, I have found some for them, right? So we also put that. Let me just copy this. Put that right there. Gem pages, their software is easier in my opinion, and it's just cleaner, right? It's just better to use, but pagefly has more templates, right? And also with pagefly, I think you can use pagefly for free. I'm not sure if you could use gem pages for free, but I know for pagefly you could use like you have 1 to 2 landing pages, and they're not going to charge you for it, but I'm not specifically 100% sure for gem pages, right? So honorable mention is Lucky Orange. Lucky Orange and Microsoft Clarity, they both pretty much do the same thing. Lucky Orange is paid, Microsoft Clarity is free, but in this case, you get what you pay for. Microsoft Clarity is low-key annoying, and their software, like, it just looks, it kind of looks bummy. Okay, I'm be honest with you. It looks like a Windows platform from like 2011. It's meh. All right, you can still use it. You know, what I mean, if you're on a budget, this is what you use, you'll be fine. But Lucky Orange is just better. It gives you cleaner metrics. It looks more professional. It's easier to navigate the system. But it is paid, and they pay you by how many sessions you get. So let's say you pay for 200,000 sessions. Let's say your store gets 300,000 sessions. It's not like it's you know what I mean, you're not, I don't think you're gonna end up seeing those other 100,000 sessions on your store. It's just gonna, like, it'll track the sessions that you pay for in their plan, if that makes sense, right? So I'm just gonna put right here that Lucky Orange is paid, but in my opinion, it's a lot better. Like it's so much better than Microsoft Clarity, right? I'm just gonna put MC for Microsoft Clarity is free, right? Also, this is really great for if you want to check your like heating maps. Heating maps is basically like where people click the most, right? So you can kind of check where people stop on your page, and it also does recordings as well. Well, Lucky Orange does recordings. Well, no, they both do recordings. My fault. They both do the same thing, right? Pretty much recordings, as in they show you pretty much the screen, like it pretty much screen records everybody who comes onto your website, and you could go and rewatch it, which is great. So you can actually see physically where people are stopping, where people are going off your page, where people are clicking, where on your landing page or your product page people are stopping and being like, hey, you know, reading this stuff, reading that stuff. If you see people are reading one thing a lot and then they click off, maybe you want to go back and, you know, fix whatever they're reading, stuff like that. It makes it super easy, right? I know there's one thing I was gonna say. So one thing that I realized, I'm gonna put kind of buggy too, right? I've realized that Lucky Orange and Microsoft Clarity, they're like, when it tracks your sessions, it might not be 100% similar. I've realized personally that Lucky Orange metrics are a little bit more accurate than Microsoft Clarity. Again, you get what you pay for. But Microsoft Clarity is, it's not gonna be way off. You know what I mean? Like, let's say Lucky Orange says 500 sessions. Microsoft Clarity is not going to say 200 sessions. It might say maybe 400 or maybe 425. When you're just starting out, that might be a little bit of an issue because 75 to 100 sessions might be a really big difference if you're not getting a lot of sessions per day. But let's say like when you're scaled up, 75, 100 sessions is not that much. Okay, it's not that big of a difference from what you should already be getting, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. In my opinion, these are basically, this is not even 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is too many Shopify apps, right? But this is pretty much all the Shopify apps that I think you guys should be using if you're just starting out, or if you're looking to get more Shopify apps, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'll see you guys later.